Following the shocking, in more ways than one, ending of Chicago Med Season 10, one doctor's time on the show is now finite, which is unfortunate, seeing as their character just became likable. The NBC medical drama certainly isn't new to character exits. Over the course of Chicago Med's 10 seasons, many doctors and nurses have come and gone from Gaffney Chicago Medical Center. The current cast's makeup isn't the same as it was back in Season 1, and based on the events of the Season 10 finale, it's subject to change again in Season 1. In the Chicago Med Season 10 finale, Asha deals with her pregnancy surprise. At first, many understandably assume that Ripley is the father of her baby, but as the episode's end draws near, it becomes clear that the truth isn't as straightforward as it initially seems. It's possible that Archer could be the father. However, fans must wait until Season 11 to learn more. Elsewhere in the finale, Goodwin faces her attacker and breaks up with Dennis, Charles pays a visit to Reese in the wake of his daughter's car crash, and Lennox learns unsettling news. Lennox started out as a divisive character, but has gradually been fleshed out in Chicago Med Season 10. Lennox has become endearing. Chicago Med Goodwin holds up her hand while talking to Lennox. Chicago Med Season 10 added 2 new characters to its cast, Sarah Ramos' Dr. Caitlin Lennox and Darren Barnett's Dr. John Frost. Frost was charming right out of the gate, endearing himself to viewers. Lennox, on the other hand, was the complete opposite. She was cold, slightly too direct, and harsh, and it surely didn't help that Goodwin brought Lennox in to, essentially, demote Archer, an established character in the series. Nevertheless, as the episodes continued, we learned more about Lennox and why she is the way she is, making her much more relatable and likable. Yes, Lennox's bedside manner in the One Chicago universe isn't the greatest. However, her open communication, determined and caring nature, leadership skills, and brutal honesty come in handy in the ER and make her an intriguing, complex character. They are also why Lennox has become endearing to the audience throughout Chicago Med Season 10's 22 episodes, and why it was so heartbreaking to learn about her troubling news in the finale. Chicago Med Season 10, Episode 22 hints at Lennox testing positive for prion. The finale reveals Lennox's diagnosis. As fans discovered in previous episodes of Chicago Med Season 10, Gerstmann-Strauss-Leszeinka syndrome, an extremely rare prion disease, runs in Lennox's family. It killed her mother, and it might kill Lennox, too. At the beginning of the finale, Lennox and her brother learn that he has tested negative for GSS. They revel in the news, and Lennox shares that her test results also came back negative. However, she was lying. During the Chicago Med Season 10 finale's last moments, we see Lennox crying in her apartment, with her GSS test results lying in front of her. They are positive, meaning Lennox carries the gene that killed her mother, and it will eventually kill the ED chief, as well. GSS is an incurable, fatal neurodegenerative disease. As a result, Lennox's death is seemingly inevitable. Given that GSS has an average life expectancy of about 5 years from diagnosis, per Merck manuals, Chicago Med will have to write out Sarah Ramos' character eventually. How Lennox possibly having prion impacts Chicago Med's future. Lennox's diagnosis is likely fatal. Chicago Med Lennox wearing purple gloves and shining a light on someone. When Chicago Med Season 11 premieres, Lennox's GSS storyline will presumably play a big role in the upcoming episodes. It'll at the very least significantly affect Lennox's arc. Now, Lennox knows she has a short lifespan, whereas before, she held on to the possibility that she could live a long life. So, unless some miracle happens, which is quite unlikely, Lennox is going to die, and it could happen as early as Chicago Med Season 11, breaking the hearts of many fans who have grown to love her.